Hi, everybody. I'm Nina Taylor, and here is your gospel news. Have you heard about this new show? It's called The Preachers. Well, it promises to bring an interesting combination of hope, comedy, and honesty in a new faith-based talk show that's being tested currently on Fox stations throughout the summer. The Preachers will be hosted by John Gray. He's an associate pastor at Lakewood Church in Houston. E. Dewey Smith Jr., senior pastor of the House of Hope of Atlanta and the House of Hope of Macon. Oric Quick, he's pastor and founder of God Seekers of High Point, North Carolina. And Jamal Bryant, pastor and founder of Empowerment Temple of Baltimore, Maryland. Well, did you know that The Preachers was currently being tested in many markets and is doing quite well? Jamal Bryant says it's going to be great if you consider that this is a generation of Americans who have faith but don't participate in organized religion. So the opportunity for them to explore faith and talk about contemporary issues is bringing the sanctuary in a brown paper bag. Smith says that the show also promises not to shy away from the big issues of our daytime. The producers want them to be open and transparent, and that's exactly what they plan to do. When it comes to authenticity, says Smith, he says, I think millennials who don't identify with faith traditions, many of them see the church as very pretentious, and he's grateful for the opportunity to bring the program to a venue to show people that preachers are real, that they are transparent. On Sunday, June 5th, Deshauna Barber, she became Miss USA 2016 and the first woman actively serving in the U.S. Army Reserve to win the title. Deshauna is 26 years old. She was born in Columbus, Georgia. She's the daughter of an Army Master Sergeant who served in the United States Special Forces, but he's retired now. She relocated many times growing up in states like North Carolina, Nebraska, Minnesota, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. Now, after she received her bachelor's in business management from Virginia State University, Deshauna went on to complete her master's of science in computer information systems from the University of Maryland. Now, following her studies, Deshauna returned to Washington, D.C., where she most recently was working as an IT analyst for the U.S. Department of Commerce. In 2011, Deshauna commissioned as a quartermaster officer in the U.S. Army Reserve and is currently a logistics commander for the 988th Quartermaster Detachment Unit of Rockville, Maryland. Deshauna is passionate about serving men and women of the U.S. military, and as Miss USA, she will specifically focus her efforts on PTSD, treatment for post-traumatic stress syndrome for returning vets who were deployed overseas, and also suicide prevention for people in the armed forces. Deshauna Barber, she's Miss USA 2016. You know, gospel music took front and center stage of the opening festivities of the 2016 Democratic Convention as the historic Mother Bethel AME Church, under the direction of Jonas Crenshaw, he performed a spirited arrangement of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. That was back on July 25th. Now, Reverend Anthony Vincent, International Director in Music of Christian Arts for the African Methodist Episcopal Church and Minister of Music at the AME Mass Choir, he joined Mother Bethel for a performance and shared these sentiments. What an honor to be part of such a historic convention and a momentous occasion for this historic church. Mother Bethel is the first AME church in the nation to be organized by founder Richard Allen in 1794. Now, who's got new music? Have you heard of this guy, Jovante Patton? Remember this name. He joins an elite group of artists who make it to the top of the Billboard gospel charts without a record label. Now, Jovante gives credit to God's grace and social media for helping him to get to number one. Patton, who's 26, has been singing since the age of 4 and professionally since the age of 16. His latest project, Finally Living, has soared to the top of the Billboard charts. After you've gone through so much and you've had so many no's and rejections, you live on, says Patton. Patton's stream of rejections from record labels forced him to fund the project himself and also sent him to social media to promote it. This week, his album's called Finding a Living. It's number 17 on the Billboard Top Gospel Album charts. Congratulations to Javante Patton. Well, that's your gospel news for this week. Let's get back to more great gospel music on Gospel in the Streets.